Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Tempest and we are still in Act 1, Scene 2, which is a very long scene and it's full of lots of exposition. And that is what we're getting right now. We get to hear from Prospero again today, who is in the midst of telling his daughter Miranda how and why they came to be on this island, because Prospero used to be the Duke of Milan, but while he was the Duke, he was more interested in studying, like studying magic and philosophy and stuff like that. So he gave the general manage of the state to his brother Antonio, who got a little power crazy in the process and smuggled Prospero and Miranda out kind of in the middle of the night when she was like 3 years old. And so that was yesterday's monologue. We find out that Antonio smuggled Miranda and Prospero out in the middle of the night to be done with them so that he could be the Duke of Milan. And Miranda's like, oh my goodness, what is this? How, like, this is craziness sort of a thing. And Prospero's like, yeah, it gets a little bit crazier. And she's like, but why didn't they just kill us if they wanted to get rid of us? Why didn't they just get rid of us? And Prospero says, well demanded, wench. My tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colours fairer painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively have quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds, whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong. So what he is saying here is that Antonio and his minions didn't kill Prospero and Miranda because Prospero and Miranda were actually very popular amongst the people, and if word got out that they had been killed, that they had died, that would have been a great big scandal. So they decided to do something a little bit nicer. They put them on a boat, but they put Miranda on a boat that didn't have a sail or a mast or like had no real equipment on it or anything like that. This boat was like falling apart, and set them out to sea. And Miranda's like, and you had to do all of this with a 3-year-old child? How miserable was that for you? And Prospero's like, no, you were the one thing that kept me sane and happy while we were on the boat. And she's like, but so how did we survive all of this stuff? And Prospero says, well, there was one person, Gonzalo from Naples, who sort of took pity on us and did the kindness of putting some clothes and some food and my books, at least some of my books, on the boat with us as we were out to shore or out to sea. So we really sort of have Gonzalo to thank for the fact that we're still alive and made it to this island. And she's like, okay, so what next? How did we get here? All that sort of thing. And Prospero's like, we're almost there. There's one more little bit that I need to tell you, and we will get to find out that little bit tomorrow before we get to why they're actually on this island and what the purpose of that storm was and all that sort of thing. So hang in. I know it's not super exciting right now because it's all just exposition after exposition after exposition, but it does get fun. I mean, this is a play full of magic and fairies and spirits and all of that sort of thing. So hang in there. We're almost done with the exposition bit, and then we'll get on to other more interesting things, but tune in tomorrow for more. Mwah.